What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button. Today's my birthday. If you've been holding off subscribing, do it for my birthday as a present. And now, without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Jeffrey Springs, who had these nasty changeups and got this sword. He had 6 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings, giving up only 2 runs. His ERA this year is now 2.45. Nick Pivetta had 7 strikeouts in 5 innings and had these knuckle curves and fastball. Jordan Montgomery had these dirty curveballs on his way to 9 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. Andrew Heaney had these sliders and his trademark elevated fastballs and had 8 strikeouts in 4 scoreless innings, giving up only 2 hits. He outdueled Alex Cobb, who had these 2-seamers and this knuckle curve and had 3 Ks. Joe Ryan went 7 2/3 scoreless innings with 5 strikeouts, thanks to his fastball and slider. Reed Detmers had 3 strikeouts and had this nasty back foot slider. Alek Manoah had 5 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run. He had this wicked front door 2-seamer. I always love it when you get that little jump back. And then this disgusting slider, and I decided to overlay his fastball and slider. You can see why that slider is so tough on hitters. It looks like a fastball and disappears. I also love this when Dean Kramer was pitching this game. Springer was on first base, took off the steal, Vlad walked, and Springer did this little sneaky to get into second base. Obviously, because it was a walk, there wasn't really a play on Springer, but it's hilarious. Garrett Cole had 8 Ks in 5 innings. He did give up 4 runs, but was throwing absolute flames and had this wicked cutter. Framber Valdez had 7 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 2 runs, and had these sick curveballs. He also set the single-season MLB record with his 25th consecutive quality start. His ERA this year is now 2.57. Darvish pitched like an ace yesterday with 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up only 1 hit and no runs. He had this 96-mile-an-hour paint, this 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and then looks like he took a bow after that. He also had an array of cutters and splitters and got out of a bases-loaded jam with this beautiful backdoor slider. Sandy Alcantara struck out 7 thanks to his wicked sliders of 92 and 93 miles an hour and this incredible 100-mile-an-hour sinker that had 19 inches of run. Look at this movement. The thing looks like it was pulled by magnets. An absolutely incredible pitch. But what's more incredible is this was Alcantara's 5th complete game of the season. No other team in baseball has more than 3. And he got his last out on a 94-mile-an-hour changeup on his 103rd pitch. The man is an absolute horse and is a lock to win the NL Cy Young. Here are the current FanDuel NL Cy Young Award odds, and you can see Sandy is the huge favorite. The most dominant pitcher on the planet, Jacob deGrom, threw yesterday and had 13 strikeouts in 5 innings. Yep, 13 strikeouts in 5 innings. Do the math. That is a lot of strikeouts. He, of course, had his 100-mile-an-hour fastballs and his wicked sliders. But one huge change, pardon the pun, is he's been throwing a ton more changeups. And that changeup makes it even tougher for hitters. Here's a 3-pitch overlay that shows the interaction of his fastball, his changeup, and his slider. And you can see now he has pitches that go in 3 different directions and create that Bermuda Triangle of Death. This game also featured the benches clearing as Johan Oviedo hit Pete Alonso. But my favorite part of the benches clearing was Daniel Vogelbach standing there with a bat like, "Any of you guys come near me, I'm going to crack some skulls." And the Pirates are his former team. My most electric starter of the day yesterday was Spencer Strider. Strider had 10 Ks in 6 innings, giving up only 1 hit. His mix of sliders and fastballs were almost unhittable, although he did give up this wall scraper home run that Michael Harris almost caught. And that was the only hit he gave up. I did this overlay of his 98-mile-an-hour fastball and his 86-mile-an-hour slider, and you can see why this is so tough on hitters. Strider had his 200th K of the year this game, and he did it in only 130 innings, which is the fastest in the history of baseball. He broke the big unit Randy Johnson's record, who got 200 Ks in 130.2 innings. That's how historic Strider's season has been. I also love this after the game when Strider was asked whether Harris should have caught that home run.
I told him I would have caught that in BP. So I'm out there roaming in BP, patrolling the wall. I've made some pretty spectacular catches in BP. So I make that catch, Mike, he's a young kid, he's got a way to go. He'll get there someday.
In minor league action, Tyler Glasnow had a rehab appearance and looked every bit like prime Tyler Glasnow, which means absolute filth. I'm really looking forward to getting him back because my highlights are better with a little Tyler Glasnow in them. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Joely Rodriguez had 5 Ks in 2 scoreless innings. Justin Topa pitched and didn't pitch all that great, but Michael K. did give me this cool shout out for helping get Topa signed.
2019, a great follow on Twitter. Pitching Ninja tweeted out a video of him throwing 99 miles per hour in a bullpen session. The Milwaukee Brewers saw it. They signed him 6 days later. 18 months later, he's in the big leagues. Just off a tweet.
Wow.
Clark Schmidt had this sick slider. Tyler Rogers had his alien rising sliders. Evan Phillips had this wicked slider and disgusting cutter. I love how both Eduardo Perez and David Cohn picked up on this sword and said I'd be featuring it.
Oh, that's a sword there.
Yes. Pitching Ninja's going to have that one on highlights.
And they were right. Craig Kimbrell had this dirty knuckle curve and got a sword. Camilo Doval had these sliders and sword. Pete Fairbanks had these overpowering 99-mile-an-hour fastballs. But my filthiest reliever of the day, that was Jhoan Duran. Not only did he have a 102-mile-an-hour fastball, but he had this incredibly unfair array of curveballs. Talk about disgusting stuff. The man never fails to deliver. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. It was bark at the park day at the Trop, so to get the fans into it, the Rays kept playing Ring doorbell sounds. Absolutely brilliant. What's up, Ninja Nation? My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. First, I'm going to do a same-game parlay with both Corbin Burnes and Max Scherzer for 7 Ks or more. And then I'm going to add in Luis Garcia for 5 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?